Hi, my name is Tyrus McKnight. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's a creation tool that allows you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Please download Anchor, the free podcast app, and go to Anchor FM to get started.
Yo,
Brother Dimitri, how you doing today?
I'm good. King was good with it.
Can't complain too much. It's gonna be just you and I tonight.
Oh,
Um,
Nids.
yeah.
I got you. I got you. Must have had something to take care of. I
Yeah, yeah,
understand. People have life.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's been a while since we did
Yeah,
this show. Almost a month. We've been taking care of
right.
individual things. We're gonna get the ball start rolling again because it's
Yeah,
much needed.
yeah.
You know. Um,
Shit.
um, so, the first thing I wanted to talk about tonight was Andrew Gillum. Now, Andrew Gillum, for those who don't know, he was running for governor of Florida. He's currently, I think, the mayor of Tallahassee, Florida, the
Mhm.
capital of Florida. Black guy. Now, I predicted, and I said, uh, about I think about 6 months ago, I said when he got caught in the hotel scandal, I think it was like six
Yeah,
months ago or
yeah. It
something of
was
that
good.
nature. But I know it's a couple of months ago. I said, "Hey, dude, gay." I said, "Listen, I've been drunk before in my past life, and never ever have I ever ended up butt naked with some meth all over the bed and some white guys next
Yeah.
to me, some naked
Hey,
white guys next to me, or even never have I ever shared a hotel room with a
nah,
man."
nah. Me either, man. Me either. Me either. Except for the
so
PD
so
professional development side I had to go to, but nah, man. Not on that tip, man. That's something else.
yeah,
That's
yes, you know what I'm saying.
yeah.
If you're gonna be, and let me just put this out there because everybody think I got a problem with the LGBTQ community. I don't. If you're gonna be gay, just go ahead and be that. Don't go up here trying to be deceptive with what you got going on. And
Uh-huh.
another thing I found that was frightening was we had black women saying, "Oh, who cares? Why is this a why is this even an issue? You know why it's an issue? You know why you should care, black women? Because one, first off, you got to be able to identify deceptive people in
Mhm.
your life. Two, you have to be able to identify when your boyfriend, they call it bisexual, but I say they say by the pussy. You got to be able you got to be able to identify that as
Uh,
well,
uh,
right? And you can't be so complicit in what's going on to the point where you just, oh, why is this even a topic? And those same women ask them, okay, so if your boyfriend was up in you could find out he was gay, what would you do? Those same women to be like, oh shit, don't break up with him. Well
yeah,
then, bitch.
shit. Oh man.
Excuse my language, but this had to
Yeah,
be said. God
yes.
damn.
It's
What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this, brother? What are your thoughts?
all
What are
right.
your thoughts
Well,
on this?
well, first, just to kind of touch on what you just said, I think people like to they like to have a double standard when it comes to things. When it directly affects them, there's a different reaction, But when it doesn't affect them, it's a who cares type situation. But uh, but obviously, first off, I have to start off by saying, whatever person's sexual orientation is, I personally feel that's their business. You know,
Mm-hmm.
as an individual, it doesn't affect me unless, you know, um, you're a person that's in a position and you're leading people whose minds are able to be molded. Okay. So I think,
Mm.
it's important, like what type of image you put out there, like, because person don't have any business knowing what your sexual orientation is. You're a man, all right, cool. You're a woman, all right, cool. Just whatever your job is, you do be the best at whatever that job is for this person, for these people. If you're dealing with kids or whatnot, be the best teacher that you can be. I can care less what your sexual orientation is. Now, as a person who wants to be a leader of people in this country, you need to have a certain standing about yourself. And just like you said, go ahead and just if you have to identify something, don't sit there and mask it like it's something else, and then you want to, pull damage control. Say what it is, because like
Yeah.
you said, we need to be able to identify deceptive people. So if you're willing to sit up here and lie like this to cover yourself for some shit, you've been into, why should I trust you with matters that affect my money or my legal standing in this country or whatever? Why the hell would I trust you with that? So, but for him to get caught out there with drugs and all this other kind of shit, you need to find yourself another profession, man. Because you want to be a leader
Right.
and you out here, what I want you lead me. You're embarrassing, you know? You're
Yeah.
embarrassing, though. Like
No.
people look up to leaders,
It,
man. It's something that
and
they
then,
admire about leaders. Nobody, no man admire no shit like that. And women shouldn't admire that either. I don't see strength in that. You out here
yeah.
treating your nose or your
But
lungs or whatever it is, and you you out here wilding. Let nobody. Once your business is out there, man, you hit.
yeah, you out here got your pussy spread wide open. You
Oh,
tripping? Hey, what, let me touch
oh
on something
shit.
you said though. Let me touch on some things that you said. Let me touch on
All
something you said because my intentions were to go extra hard today, and I wasn't playing. I'm not playing with these people because it's too crucial out here right now.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
you said people on drugs. Now, Marion Barry,
I knew it. I was trying not to go there, but proceed,
yeah,
proceed.
he got caught smoking
Uh huh.
crack. Now the thing about Marion Barry was Marion Barry said, "Yeah, I smoke crack," but also Marion Barry had a black agenda for Washington
Uh huh.
D.C.
He did.
Andrew Gillum, Andrew Gillum
Did not. Did not.
didn't
Yeah.
have one for
Yeah.
Florida,
Right.
or
Right. That's
Tallahassee.
real.
And what's
Uh huh.
interesting? And let me tell you something else interesting about Andrew Gillum. Tallahassee is one of the leaders in this country when it comes down to
When
meth.
it comes down to what? Meth? Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. You're right.
Meth, yeah.
You're right.
That's very interesting. And you got caught smoking milk, whatever they do with milk, sniffing, whatever y'all do with milk. I don't know. I wouldn't
Yeah.
know personally. I don't know a damn thing he going through personally, and I don't want
Yeah.
to know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Now,
but he got caught with it. Now that's
yeah,
very
it is.
interesting.
It is. And to be honest, that's not a typical drug that's known to be in a black community like that. Like, of course there black users of it. Some people they kind of use whatever. But as a whole, like that's the white equivalent of crack. You know what I'm saying? But no,
Yeah,
but at the same time, I can't be impartial to that. Like when I hold one person to that standard, I have to hold the other one too. Marion Barry was, he was on another tip, and he was like a functioning drug addict. But again, I still had to say, regardless of what him having the agenda that he had, that's a plus. But then you still got the drug aspect. You being a leader and things like that, man. Like you have no place in this government. Like people are trusting you to lead. Like you're a person that holds a skill set that other individuals don't have. Like they don't have the power to be able to go to Congress and speak and say, hey, these constituents need these type of things in this community, but they've gone unaddressed for blah blah blah. Like the individual people, they don't have that education or that skill set to be able to run and make all the connections and things like that. We trust you to do that. So you need to be level headed and clear minded. And if you're not, I
Yeah.
can't fuck with you. You need to go find something else to do. Maybe go be a lobbyist or something. Go do something behind the scenes. But you can't lead us. You know what I'm saying? You can't
Mm,
lead us. Like you showing too
mm,
much weakness. You know. So and like I said again, not
yeah.
nothing against the LGBT community or whatnot. You live the lifestyle that you want to lead, but let's go ahead and be realistic for a second. You know what I'm saying? Um, like like heterosexual men don't look at. Trying to think of how to word it. As a whole, heterosexual men don't look to gay men and be like, "Hey, that brother's this, this, and this." You know what I'm saying? Like just overall, like that's not like they don't see like a real strength. Like a lot of times, heterosexual men see, you know, to an extent, that being like sort of a weakness. Not so, and that's just in speaking in general. Not to
Mm,
say every heterosexual man sees things like that, but like they don't look at them the same as they would like other heterosexual men. So when it comes to that leading, like that's gonna play a part too. And I know they have to know that. It's not something that's talked about. It's not something that's accepted. It's like, oh, that's bashing. But like, I mean, we can't change the way people feel about it. But guys will talk about it. They'll say that. Barbershop talk
no.
or whatever. It'll come up in conversation. It's just not gonna come up in front of them. So,
But brother, I was very concerned about what I was hearing from my
hmm
sisters, though. And I was very concerned because I'm going now.
hmm
I worked in prisons, right? And let me tell you something. A lot of these women know that these dudes are gay, or but they didn't say
uh-huh.
about the pussy, but they still are in relationships with these guys and they engage in sexual contact with these guys. And I think we did a show on does a
Uh-huh.
woman's
Right.
sexual history matters, right? It does. And this is the reason why. Because the scary thing about everybody that comes into your life that's new is that
Right.
everybody has a past.
Right.
And if you're sleeping with some homosexual guy or a guy that said about a pussy, I would like to know about that because my life could
Uh-huh.
possibly be in danger
Uh-huh.
fucking with you on a
Okay.
consistent basis.
Okay. So you basically bringing this around
The guilt,
to women's choice of men. Now
right?
this we are talking about Andrew Gillum now, so he kind of
Because
that's
he because
kind
he
of
said
you
because he
know
said because he said because he said because he said his wife knew, right? He told his wife she knew, and I said, hey, I've been saying, hey, that's his
man.
beard, and so far I'm 1 for 2, waiting on
Wait,
Barack
I'm trying
Obama to
to.
come out that closet.
Somebody has to explain this to me because I've heard
Wait,
this from well, not heard it from.
ready for
I've heard maybe one or two people say this, but the people that I've heard say mm, they can be tough on people, and
Barrett.
it seems I can't tell if it's more because they dislike what he did as president, and it's like, well, I'm just gonna go on an all out attack on this man. What about this man says gay? That's what I'm trying to understand. Like, what about that? Because I heard the talk about, oh,
Um,
Michelle Obama's a man. Bullshit. And that's slandering black women if somebody say that.
oh no, no,
You know what I'm
no,
saying? Put it out
no, 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 no. Let me tell you something. But I wouldn't say Michelle Obama is a man. Michelle Obama, when she first got into office, she's beautiful. I would
there.
say that. Even when she was young, she
Uh-huh.
was beautiful. She's beautiful today. She's gorgeous today. That's some white supremacists, suspected
Uh-huh.
white supremacist talking points right there. Anytime a black woman is fine or five black women walk in the room, they
Uh-huh.
get intimidated. But as far as
Uh-huh.
Barack Obama is concerned, um, the way he presents himself is always in a feminine manner. It's not it's not how It's not how a heterosexual man
No.
would present himself. Because I'm gonna give you, I'm gonna give you an example. I was out with my
Mm-hmm.
friends one night, right? It was a group of us. This is long ago when I used to work at Home Depot, and this girl came up. She came up, and I was like, she was pretty, she was beautiful, whatever. But she was talking to one of my other
Mm-hmm.
friend girls, right? And I said, hey, not to I just wanted to ask her. I said, not to put you out there, but I said, by any chance, do you
Mm-hmm.
sleep with women? And she said, yeah. How did you know that? I said, because you was talking to her like I would be talking to a woman, like you know what I'm saying. The way
Mm-hmm.
I speak to women, that's how you were speaking to her. That's how you were conversating with her
Mm-hmm.
and presenting yourself to her. But Barack Obama, as a man, doesn't present himself as a man in public. If that makes any
So
sense, he doesn't
I
come off
understand
as
what you're saying. I
manly.
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
to me, like everybody moves different. Like I give you a perfect example. There's been some times I've seen like Hispanic males, right? Like they're not. All of these guys are not like like okay, so yeah, right. All these guys are
machismo.
not, they're not like heavily macho. You know what I'm saying? Like they, some of them are providers. Like they're hardworking guys. They sit around, they talk. They'll wear sandals. Like guys like I don't know about you. I don't wear no damn sandals. I wear some Nike
I'm not.
slides. You know, you
I'm
know what
not
I'm
wearing no
saying?
damn
So
sandals.
that's yeah, we wear slides.
We wear
We don't wear no
slides, my
sandals.
brother. Black.
Yeah, that shit's
We
dead.
don't. We don't
But
rock like
them
that.
guys, they'll sit outside, have them, beer, something funny. They kind of laugh, put their arm around the back of the guy's back, and they have a good laugh about it and point. Now, black guys, we'll laugh about something, but we'll kind of tap somebody with the back of our hand. But to lean on somebody's back and be on some, like
Yeah.
there's lines. It's certain things we don't do, and it's almost like I,
Yeah.
I was watching that one day, and I was like watching these guys, the Hispanic guys, probably about five of them, sitting in the neighborhood. They were sitting around just drinking or whatever, and they were walking and kind of like they were in the like right in front of where they stayed, so they were kind of laughing. I mean, having them a good ass time. And at first, when I looked at it, I was like, man, all that contact, and I was like, wait a minute, but them dudes like legit enjoying themselves, you know, little kids running around and stuff. And I'm like, here it is. I'm looking at these dudes like, damn, what the hell is all that touching? I had to question myself, like, damn, why? Maybe I'm doing too much. Maybe the way I move is, maybe I'm doing too much. But everybody's not like that. So the CEO,
Mm-mm.
to me, he just reminds me of a person that's an Ivy leaguer, a black person, but they're an Ivy leaguer, and possibly like with some Kappa type vibes, maybe more alpha than
Well,
than Kappa. You know what I'm saying? Maybe more alpha than Kappa. But
well, well, brother. But brother, you got to realize Barack Obama, he never lived a black experience. His original
uh-huh.
name was Barry Saruto. His stepfather had major money. I'm talking about he had
Uh-huh.
trust funds and things like that. So um, when you say Ivy League black boy,
Well, he is
I don't, I don't know if that's really
okay. So, well,
I
but
don't know
let
if
me
that's
say
a
this. So
valid
I hear
excuse
I
for
hear you
Barack.
say what his original name was. So some of this information, like he wasn't a
Hmm.
person that hid the information. Like when they told him, "Hey, you have to supply this, you have to supply that." So when he had to give his information, and there are people who fact check and they do background checks and all of that. Why wasn't that something that was like, bam, like this is on the news, like this is like common knowledge? Like I hear you say it, but I've
But
never heard anybody else
yeah,
necessarily say it.
because he because it's like just like a lot of people wouldn't bring up that George
Germany.
H.W. Bush was born in Germany.
I saw that too, but I
Yeah,
couldn't find
and
that.
their original name was Scherf, and his dad Prescott got his birth certificate
I
for us in
see.
order for him to be able to to do certain things and to move in the country. So even with Donald Trump, their original name is Trump with an F. They're originally
Right,
from
right.
Germany as well. His father does, and they have German ties as well. So it's like when you how can I put it? When you in that
Hmm.
type of political setting and you need something from this person, because let's be honest, Barack Obama was a tool of white supremacy. when you need something from that person, they're gonna go ahead and find it. They're gonna, they're gonna have that information, but you just gotta search deep enough to find it. Because I tell people all the time, I said you gotta realize when he was at Columbia University, I believe his advisor was Zubig Zubinski. Now, for those who don't know who that was the direct advisor to George H.W. Bush and George Bush when they were in office.
So being that they were Republicans, why didn't they
You know
expose
what I'm
him,
saying?
or why didn't his advisor expose that information to the Republican
Hmm.
Party if he knew that what his real name was? Because I mean,
because there's a bird because they're both part of the same bird of white
white
supremacy.
supremacy,
One just on
a
the left
black
wing and the other one just on the right
white
wing.
supremacist. Oh,
Hey, brother, the mind. It's all about the mind. I know it's throwing y'all because of the color. I know people.
yeah,
It's
that's
hard for people to say,
yeah.
"Man, didn't our first black president ain't do shit for us." You mean to tell me he didn't though? Shit. I mean, I mean, even if you watch that documentary, what's the documentary about Michael Moore when he went to Michigan
Oh yeah,
with the
yeah.
water when they had the
Uh-huh.
water crisis? Barack Obama, we need water. He made a joke out of it. And it was like, oh man, he came here as our president, but then he left.
Uh-huh.
He was not our president because first off, he never lived a black experience, so he doesn't have any black ties to Black America. So his indifference towards black people kind of set up for what we have today, with people getting shot in the back. Like Tamir Rice, he could have said something about that, didn't say anything. Um, what's my boy that got
Trayvon,
killed?
yeah.
Trayvon Martin could have said something about that. Could have said something about that. Didn't. A lot of people got killed under the Obama administration, and
I
people
agree.
did
I
nothing.
agree with
Mike
that.
Brown.
That's definitely.
Um, it just be endless names of people that he could have said at least said something about. Even threatened to bring the National Guards in against white supremacists and stuff like that. But he just did nothing. He just sat back and just let the shit happen. His indifference to black people kind of set up for what we have today. And that's kind of hard for people to accept because they've been taught their whole lives that these guys are evil, but these
Hmm.
guys are good.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of saying, "Oh,
Right.
both these motherfuckers are evil," but you got to be able to lobby your vote in order to get something from
Uh-huh.
one of these parties. But we haven't been asking them from one of these parties. I always say, "Oh, he black, he gonna take care of it for us." No, he didn't, because he never lived a
Yeah,
black experience.
I got to dig on that one. That one a little bit. This.
Well, look up his stepfather Saruto up in Hawaii. See how
Yeah. I'm
rich he
familiar with
was.
that.
Look
I'm
up
familiar
who
with
his
that part. I
grandfather.
just
Look up yeah. Look up who his grandfather was and how him and the Bushes they were real tight.
yeah.
Just look all that up.
I'm gonna do my research. I was.
You know.
I guess because I know some things that he did do for for blacks, but I do know what he didn't. He wasn't progressive about these people that lost their
Specifically, what
lives,
did he
like
do?
like senselessly. Because like on a grand scale, like I can't even say that it's not the equivalent to like what happened to like George Floyd or Breonna. Like it's because it's essentially the same. But I don't know if it's big, like now this happened the way it did because of the accumulation of it, or like what happened when he was in office. Like I'm not making excuses for him. 'Cause, I mean, if he dropped the ball with the shit, then he did. But
Mm-hmm.
I know like he donated money to HBCUs, and obviously person can argue to say the HBCUs are actually funded by whites. Okay, yeah, it is. It is. There's no
Mm-hmm.
argument there. But it's still a black institution, black staff, majority black. I went to HBCU. Like nothing about that shit was Ivy League. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like if I could do it again, the only thing I would do is probably go to a different one.
Mm-hmm.
But a different HBCU, like like Howard or something along those lines. But yeah, but like I said, I know
Mm-hmm.
he's appointed like a lot of minorities and blacks into like long standing position. He's done things, but I guess I'm kind of indifferent because there's some things I feel like he should have done, could have done, but I also have that perspective of he was a person that was fighting against Congress, and he was the minority in that situation. And a lot of people say, "Oh, no, that's bullshit." No, if he went to propose something, they had to pass it in order for that shit to go. They didn't pass it. Bring up, like Obamacare. They fucking filibustered him the whole term on that shit. He was trying to meet their demands the whole time. Like, nope, we don't like that. How about we do it like this? It's like, why would we do it that? That's gonna cost too much. Nope, we don't like it then. All right, well, let's try this one. Nope, we don't like that either.
Well,
and that's common knowledge. Like, we know that they fought on that shit.
My problem is with this, right? Is that we got us an open white supremacist in office, or open suspected white supremacist in office for legal purposes. This is my problem with that. We see this guy firing people left and right if they don't do what he says.
Smell like a dictatorship. Proceed.
But the thing is this though, America's not a democracy. Yeah, it's a republic.
Pretty much. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? America's not a democracy, it's a republic. So my thing is this. We got one guy, as crazy as he might be, you could compare him to a modern day Hitler. You could. But one thing about it though, if you don't do what he say or what he won't, you get your ass about to pay.
Yeah.
And he's not gonna waver, and that's what makes people vote for him. And that's what's gonna make him win this election that's coming up in November. I keep saying that. People keep thinking I'm bullshitting. All right?
Yeah. But also not voting is gonna help with that shit too. And you can't press that side of it without
But thing is this, that's good because when we talk about strategy.
But there's no win. Like there's no win in
it. May not be
like. Listen, right? Well, we looking at the lesser of two evils right now because both of these individuals, they're no good for us and our people and like what our agenda is. Like everybody kind of like should understand that if they don't, So, but not voting is only going to lead to you getting the worst case scenario, and then it's like, well, how did we win in that? Because we can't win like that.
The thing is this. Let me ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you something. Okay, so with Donald Trump, well, previous to Donald Trump, right? We just named that we were getting killed with impunity anyway, with a black president in office, right? Now, Breonna Taylor, she got killed in what type of city did she get killed in? Was it a Democratic city or a Republican city? No.
You said no?
No. Or should I say state? But I know it's a Democratic. It's either a Democratic state or just Democratic city. But no. George Floyd, same thing with him. Republican or Democratic? Yeah. Okay, so my thing is this. If we are getting nothing for our vote, why are we voting?
So again, you don't vote at all. So it's like,
no, we don't. You know why? Because there's strategy. That's crippling the Democratic Party until that's us breaking them down until they realize our importance. As a matter of fact, they're realizing it now, but they still won't. They're still not buckling. They're still trying to get some of those suspected white supremacists, white Latinos on their side.
Okay. Now let me toss this out because I know we didn't hit on the political tip. We were supposed to be knocking Andrew Gilliam head off, but we didn't kind of like tell you what we gonna revisit that one. We're gonna revisit that because I don't want to kill what we was because we got off into that one. That can be deep, but
but it's just just political stuff. We could talk about that every day. That's part of the game. But just going ahead and switching topics. Let's go talk about this CARDI B divorce that's going on. Once again, Tyrus be saying some things like, they got some holes in his house. He acting hoes. Oh, Tyrus, that don't mean nothing. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know shit about women. All right.
You don't know shit about women. All right.
They told me how you became the expert about women. All
Hey,
right,
hey,
bet Cardi B files for divorce. I guess it takes more than
yeah,
WAP
yeah.
to keep a man. She said she don't cook, she don't clean, but she still got that ring. But the thing is this, she couldn't keep it. And another thing is this, there's a difference between wanting to get married and
Of
actually being
course.
married.
That's in any situation. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. Because some people just in love with the ceremony. Some people just want to get married. They
Of
want to hear
course.
the congratulations, post their pictures on Facebook, all that pretty shit. But once it's get time to go do
Well,
the work,
that's true. That's true. And by the same token, the wedding shit is really not for us. Like I hate to put it out there, for our female listeners. You know what I mean? And to be honest, y'all probably agree. You know what I'm saying? But like that's not for us, man. And I'm not saying because we don't want it,
mm,
but like the attention is on you. Like we'll be clean as the board of health, but shit, you still getting all the, you know what I'm saying? So, like, but as far as like all that money being spent and on all of that, like the hype behind it, that's not for us. That's definitely not for us. But
right.
shit, with Cardi B's situation, man, I'm gonna be honest. This is my take on it. I see a lot of this as entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like there's a lot of things behind the scenes that go on, and like the two of them together, like that, they were trending. You know what I'm saying? Like money, like endorsements. You know what I'm saying? Because shit, Cardi had endorsements,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and this boy had endorsements too. So, like they were making money together. Like their names were in headlines. So to me, I never saw that relationship. Like when I first saw it, I was like, man, both of them young as fuck. They still wild.
Mm-hmm.
What would they be getting married for unless
Mm-hmm.
it's to make a financial statement? You know what I'm saying? And they got bread off of it.
For
They
who?
both got broken off. Nice. So if people look at that
Yeah.
situation any deeper than that, then it's like, okay, I think people might be confusing that entertainment value because that's ultimately what it is.
So, right. But this is my thing though. When I posted it, on Facebook, I always get flagged. They always got to
Yeah,
give me
yeah,
their opinions and
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Now, there's like a I had one comment that said, "What makes you think that he couldn't keep the ring? Because she filed for divorce because he kept cheating on her. That's why she filed for divorce. Most of the time, women are going to initiate the divorce, even though the man
Mm-hmm.
despises them.
Mm.
The man despises them.
Well,
Men, when you don't have any other skills besides giving up pussy, eventually that man gonna start despising you because you just became just another bill. You haven't made yourself
uh-huh.
valuable to him. You haven't made yourself something like an asset. You only made yourself a liability.
Mm. Well, okay.
So why would he want to keep you around?
So what is it that he brings to the table for a woman like that too? Now, granted, people look at her and say she's calm and she's
But
loud, but she making her own fucking money though. Like
mhm,
she legit didn't need it,
because of him
huh?
though,
But she didn't
because
need
of
him.
him, and
She
even
didn't
she
need him
copped to
though.
that.
For
Yes,
what?
she
For some
did. She
judge?
did.
Like she was making bread before him. Like she was the
No,
hottest. She was the hottest female
she
artist out. Like she hit the ground running.
she was not.
Oh, come
She
on.
was not.
Who?
Even she said that. Even she said that. Cardi B said that. She said before Offset sat her down and told her what to do, she wasn't making
No,
money
no.
like that.
When she was hot. She was getting hot before she married this dude. The fact that they came together only
She was getting.
enhanced the money. Like she was on the way. I'm not
She
saying he
was
didn't give her
getting.
no game,
Okay,
but
so
like, you think that nigga was in a position to lead? What he like 20 something years old, man? Come
yeah,
on. What the hell do you
yeah.
really know, dog?
Listen, listen, listen. Tupac was 25 when he died.
Yep,
He
but
was
you
a
can't
good
compare
leader.
the two of them niggas.
Now, no, you can't.
Can't
No, you can't. But let me tell you something. Let me tell you something though. Let me say this. Now, but the thing is this. She said that. This is not me saying that. She said before now she may have had a fame, but as far as like the money went, that was him. Now she was on Love and Hip Hop. She had the grammar of like a 10th grader, and she was on Love and Hip Hop, talking all crazy and all the rest of this stuff. And from what I understand, those people don't get paid that much. But they get paid like what? Maybe some people say $500 an episode.
I think that would depend on who you are, who your popularity. I mean, that's
right. But the thing is this though. She said she wasn't getting no money before him.
I haven't heard that.
So I'm just gonna assume
that portion I haven't heard.
But you could just look that up on Breakfast Club. Like she was talking about how he set her down, told her what to do and all the rest of this stuff, and gave her some game. And without him, she would not be in that position that she's in right now. She would not be.
No, she came in at the right time, bro. She was, like I said, she was trending. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying like the two of them and that union didn't boost it. Cause like I said, I just said that, they made a shitload of money like together. But like she was already on her way up and he enhanced that. Like he probably saw the potential and like, went and jumped in there. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, this is a woman who was a hustler, you know what I'm saying? Like she worked in the strip club. You know what I'm saying? So she knew how dirty the game could be and like how, motherfuckers try to finesse you and all that kind of stuff. So she, like she kind of had like a business sense to kind of see certain things coming. But like he gave her more that entertainment value, like, understanding. So, I definitely think he definitely helped her to make some money and kind of put her on. But like she was trending already. Like no other female, her coming in the game eclipsed Nicki Minaj. She had the little beef that she was basically riding for a little while where she was like trying to kick some shit off with Nicki. You know what I'm saying? So like she was the new hotness. And Nicki had then fell off. So she was, what was hot as far as like females in the rap game. So, she was about to do her thing, man. But I got to say this. Like his lifestyle, he wasn't willing to give that up. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, she, we could use her lyrics against her and say, she don't cook, she don't clean, she got wild. All right. But you knew that before you married her though. So as a man who's supposed to be a leader, like, and you talking like this cultural, talk on your album, like, you supposed to be a leader though. So I can't really point the finger all that huff behind the lyrics. Like that's a two-way street. You know what I'm saying? Like you a hoe, you're a hoe, and you can say that for well, I don't want to say you can say that for both of them because one thing that never happened, you never heard about if she was dealing with somebody, but it's been common knowledge that he dropped the ball in public. And as a man, you don't have no business embarrassing yourself like that. Because if you look at Jada's situation, Jada got caught out here with a nigga. Will ain't never got caught out here with him. You know what I'm saying? So the situation is reversed, but who we gonna point the finger at?
We're gonna point the finger at the person that we know allegedly dropped the ball. But with women, what I want to do is just touch on with women is that the reason why they're taking it so hard, to be completely honest with you, my guy, is because you see most of them taking it hard is because they know that that's all they got. And they felt like Cardi B was a win for them. Now, this is a woman they call black women cockroaches. And they got black women defending her. Oh, don't be saying that about Cardi B. But first off, you don't know her, and nothing is she called you cockroaches and monkeys.
So, have you ever heard a clarifying statement on that? You ever heard a clarifying statement? It's been a while.
I mean, well, the thing with me is, and I gotta drive this home with people. With me is, and I learned this in psychology a long time ago. People don't change; they adjust. This is the thing. She hasn't changed her position on women being cockroaches and stuff, like black women being cockroaches and seeing them as less than. She still feels the same way, but she knows that's her market. She knows that's what she needs to get money.
So So, all right, would you consider Meg the Stallion? Would you consider her
Hmm?
like a woman with game, a woman with some type of understanding?
Uh, Meg the Stallion doesn't have businesses game at this moment, but she could possibly get it. I think she's
Okay,
smart enough to get it. At this moment, though, I say that is because of that whole contract situation. Because if she had game, she would have, she would have had
uh,
better, business sense on that end
all
with
right,
that contract situation and been able to take control of her career.
okay. So, do you think, knowing what Cardi B said about black women, do you think she would have had more sense than to
Hmm.
work with somebody who legitimately felt like that, or who, or like, do you think she would have had more sense than to work with somebody like that? Because typically, if you don't, in the entertainment industry, if two people don't fuck with each other, that's that. Ain't no music getting made. Like, what I'm saying? Nah, you ain't, you ain't what's up. Like, ain't gonna be no cuts. Ain't nobody gonna hear any cuts from us. Because I don't rock with you like that. So, do you think she would have more sense than to do that, or you think she was chasing a dollar, or do you think there was a different understanding?
We talk about Meg Thee
Yeah, between
Stallion.
Meg Thee Stallion and Cardi B with this WAP
Well, I
song,
think
because they made the song
Meg
together.
Thee,
Like, to the black woman supposed to be cockroaches, you got
yeah,
one of the top in the game, with you on this track.
yeah.
So, if you really feel like this about
And
black
she,
women, like, what you think Meg Thee Stallion's perspective is on
um, I don't, I don't really know Meg Thee Stallion's perspective on it, or anything like that. I probably have to speak to her personally to
it?
get that, which is probably not realistic at this point in time.
Mm-hmm.
But what I would think would be that she's out there to get some money. Like she's like this is a song that's gonna be a hit. But people work with people they don't like all the time.
Uh-huh.
People do that all the time.
They do.
You
Yeah.
know.
I'm just trying to get understanding, like, if this was like a true feeling that this woman had about black women, and it wasn't taken out of context or whatever it is. Because, I like, to be honest, it's been a while since I've heard that, and I don't remember the context of, like, how it came out. Not that it should be excused, because some people say, "Well, shit, she said it." Like, what context it got to be in? I don't remember
Hmm.
how it was. I have to read it and be like, okay, well, yeah, I see what you're saying, but I don't remember how it was said. To be able to say, like, oh, I think she definitely meant it like this. So I'm just wondering why a woman that's top in the game would have to work with her if she know her feelings are like, fuck black women. Because to me personally, like, if you on
Maybe
some,
she got
like,
those.
fuck black men,
Maybe she got the same
like,
feelings.
it's fuck you too. No misunderstanding
Yeah,
about it, and there
but
ain't no music getting made.
but
But you
both
coming
of
to
these,
me asking me,
both of these women come out. But both of these women come out and say fuck niggas in just about every song. Fuck these niggas,
yeah,
take their money. Just
that's
about every
that, that's
song.
that's the the battle that's got to go on, because the same argument could be said about what guys say about women. You know, bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks, and fuck these hoes, and you know whatever the case. It's entertainment at the end of the day, and that's what I try to keep it
Yeah,
relegated to. It's all
yeah,
entertainment.
but
If you can say some wild shit to get yourself
yeah,
attention, but there's some people who say and do wild
but
things for attention. It just
but saying
with
that
just
black women are cockroaches, that's some personal shit. That's not no entertainment.
like I said, I gotta
That's
hear
personal feeling.
how that was used, because I could jump to conclusion
Mm.
on that, but it's been a minute, and I might 100% like press on that.
Well,
So
brother, I'll put it to you like this. I remember once again when you was Home Depot in a situation, real life situation. I remember this. They had this suspected white supremacist say, "Tell me, I don't talk to bald head niggas."
uh uh
Right now, he was subsequently fired after that. But
uh
when black people heard that he got fired over calling me a nigga, they came but they told me, you know what they asked me,
what?
brother? Well, how did he say it?
Oh.
Mm,
Yeah. Yeah. That's
You get my drift? You get where
yeah.
I'm going?
Yeah. Yeah.
It don't really matter how he said it, it's that he said it
Yeah.
and that he meant it. So whatever Cardi B feelings were then, that's the same feeling she got now.
Mm. All right. All right.
And a big fallacy is, you know what, brother? People really don't have the capacity to change like that.
Yeah.
Some do, some do. You got somebody that make some people that make dramatic changes, like a Malcolm X.
Yeah.
He made a dramatic change. Some people have the capacity to change, but for the most part, when it comes down to race relations and how they see us versus how we see them, not so
Mm.
much.
Well.
Not so much. But 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 I just want to make that clear. I just want to say, they defending them because one thing is they felt like she was a winner because most of them, that's all they got is WAP. And from personal experience, once again, half of y'all don't even know how to use the WAP.
Yeah. That too.
You know what I'm saying? You got to have some homemaking, you got to have some developing skills. And they get mad because, oh man, you archaic. Oh man, that's old time shit. Man, fuck all that. Fuck what you talking about. You want to keep a man? You don't know how to cook, clean, do nothing. What does he need you for then? For your WAP? Where he could get anywhere? He could get WAP anywhere.
Yeah. That's true.
All you gotta do is get the woman aroused.
Boy, let me tell you something, man. We need to try to bring more women into this thing, man. You can't be leaning on them like that, man. You give these women a hard
Huh?
time, man. You be in these battles,
But
man.
this
These battles in
this
the trenches, man.
yeah, you know why? You know
But,
why though, brother? But the thing is this, you know why? Because I'm tired of them lying to me and lying to themselves,
mhm.
dog. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of them lying to themselves. Like they try to lie to me and themselves at the same time.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? This is about the whole, even just about the whole gay thing. Oh, why is this even a topic? Who cares? Well, if you were married to a man that said about a pussy, would you want to know? Well, yeah. Well, then that's why. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
you get what I'm saying? See, and they put themselves in that situation. Like, okay, so they go, oh, that's sexist for you to make that remark. No, it's not sexist for me to make that remark. Cardi B, all she had to offer was pussy.
Mm. Uh,
Nothing
well,
else. She because
look at the
he was already
I'm about to say.
established. He came in the game already established for
Yeah,
her.
that's what I'm about to say. Look at the
She didn't.
background. It is what it
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
It
yeah,
was already being done. So all she did was took the shit, put in a different wrapping paper. She sex
right.
sells and that shit sold. So that's why I'm saying it shouldn't have
Yeah,
been a secret. Shouldn't have been no secret. Like what
yeah,
it was. Like, do I look like I cook and clean? Like nigga, that's what I do. Like so. I mean, for to expect anything else, who's the real fool? You know, they both
always
should
set the wife and up.
they both made a move that they shouldn't have made. I mean, it was a like I said, to me it was a, a financial union. He brought some nice bread in, brought a life into this world. Hopefully they do right by that life that they created. But at the end of the day, shit all about the fiscal affairs.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's all about the money.
Yes, sir. Mm.
All about the money, my brother.
Yep.
Man. Well, thank you for joining me
Yes, sir.
tonight. Well, this house
Yes, sir.
shit. Thank y'all for listening to us tonight. We about to get ready to get up out of here.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Almost looked up. But you're right though. We do need to bring some more women on and talk about. I tried to get them on, man. They was arguing with me on Facebook. I said, "Would you like to do the podcast?"
Uh,
They said, "You know what they told me? Maybe some other time." Well, but then
uh,
they kept on commenting on the shit.
uh,
I'm like, "Stop commenting.
yeah.
Come on the show so we can discuss this
Yeah.
and give some people
Yeah.
some game."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So You're totally right about that. And yeah, I be in battles in the trenches, but the thing is this, and this is the thing. Most of our listeners are what gender? Matter of fact, let me go and say this: 90% of our listeners are what gender?
90% you said? Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah,
This is the latest. The latest.
women.
The latest.
90% of our
Hey,
listeners are women, and they keep coming back and back and back
man, listen.
and
I
back
think they
again.
want to know how outrageous it's gonna get, man. Or the outrageous gonna get. But I mean, long as long as they're listening, they have an opinion, man. That's cool, man. That's cool. I'm down to hear that. I'm down to hear what
Real,
it's what it's hitting for.
yeah,
Because we gonna always have our perspective that we bring to the show, and that's what makes it what it is. So we appreciate y'all listening.
right, right. We really do. We really do appreciate you guys listening. Continue to listen. Um, are you available for the show tomorrow? I got Truth to Power tomorrow. I'm doing Truth to Power from Atlanta tomorrow.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna
Are
feel.
you available
What
tomorrow?
time are you looking at?
We're gonna do about probably like 9 o'clock this time, or maybe probably 8 o'clock
Yeah, I
time.
could
Probably.
probably I could really rock with that.
I'll copy.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
We're doing Truth to Power tomorrow, and
All right.
we're gonna speak Truth to Power. But before we get out here, always positive word. Promote some businesses.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
What you got, brother?
J Rue Cosmetics. That's JRUE Cosmetics. It's on Instagram. Check them out. Have real good products. Black owned business. Go ahead and support that. Oh, pepperoni rays too. Oof. Oh, they got their
Hmm.
work, man. Pepperoni rays, black owned pizza
Yeah.
spot on Franklin Avenue. Franklin Avenue
Hmm.
down toward in that Gentilla area. Check them out.
Okay. Okay. So they got vegan pizza over there.
Yes, they do have a vegan pizza over there. Yep.
Okay. I'm in there.
Mhm.
I'm in
Yep.
that thing on my off days. And what else you got going on?
Nothing much, man. Preparing for these youth to come back to to this school, man. This
Oh man,
yeah, this phase
that's gonna be
phase
kind of
three.
crazy.
I'm sorry, phase two situation.
What's phase three, isn't it?
Yeah,
Oh no,
right,
you
yeah,
New
right. That's
Orleans.
New
New Orleans
Orleans.
Parish,
Yeah,
right?
we not like
Yeah,
everybody else, man.
phase two.
Nah, niggas ain't falling in line like that.
Shout out to TD.
You
Shout
know
out to
what I'm
Mayor TD.
saying? Shout out to this.
Yeah, we appreciate that. And as always, we got New Orleans politics streaming on Amazon Prime. Also, got the book The 13th Patient. That should be at Barnes and Nobles and Amazon for your reading pleasure. We want to thank you guys for joining us tonight. And we just gave y'all the game. Have a good night.
Adios.